I Apollo, earth-born, of the continent Pan, submerged by Af, the Orion chief, by Jehovah's command, proclaim in the name of the Father, creator of worlds, peace, and wisdom to all nations and tribes of men. First, against all vanity and self-conceit in the souls of men. For in every cycle man asserts himself wise, great and learned, and the ancients, fools. For the evidence of wisdom does not lie in learning one thing only, but in the adaptation of man to Jehovah and his works. In which measure, the modern and the ancient do not stand upon their own judgment in the matter, but by Jehovah's. For if the ancient was not perfect in his place, neither are you, O man of this day. But, by the gods, all the ages are adapted as Jehovah created them. Therefore, do not judge him, you creator, for your judgment is limited. That which was profitable to the soul of man, the Father revealed to the ancients. That which is profitable to the soul of man today, he reveals this day. For which reason I, Apollo, his son, the son of Jehovah, have come to fulfill my labor, even as all men, in time, must complete that which has been assigned them. To rebuke vanity and self-conceit in those who do not perceive wisdom in things long past, but who applaud themselves without just measure before Jehovah. And the gods perceive this vanity and pity them, such mortals, hoping rather to exalt their minds, so that they may learn to perceive the Father's hand, which is the hand of Jehovah, manifested in all things. Turn your eyes inward, O man, and look at the spirit of things. Imagine yourself a god looking down on a new earth, where man has been quickened into life, and attained to strength and learning. Take a look at his palaces and temples, his work in stone, iron, gold and silver, his knowledge of the sun, moon and stars, with written books to read, with clothes for the body and shoes for the feet, with great generals, and armies of soldiers, and with the land cultivated. Are these civilized, and war abounding? By what right have you made yourself a judge, O man? Who has measured the inhabitants of the earth, and found them pure and wise? Do more people now live on the land in peace and happiness than in many of the past cycles? Because you are different in many excellencies, you shall also remember that many great inventions are forgotten. The world has been peopled over many times, and many times laid desolate, laid to waste. Who has been the chief enemy to man? Who is his chief enemy today? Is it not yourself? Do not think, O man, that because a few people perceive the higher light, the world is wise and good before the gods. For in all ages there have been a few. Yes, today, there are a few more in number than in the ancient days. And this is the sum of the enlightenment of the world. Hear me, O man of earth, and you angels of heaven. I, Apollo, proclaim harmony, symmetry and music. I am of the days of the fountain of these talents descending to mortals. I was like a shapely stone in Jehovah's edifice, and by hard toil, a fashioner of the flesh mold, flesh template, of man and woman. As the ear of one man hears music, and he cries out with delight, a tune, a tune. And as the ear of another man hears music, which he cannot discern, and he cries out, a noise, a hideous noise. Why, then, shall you not judge them, and say, one of them has an ear for music, and the other has not? Moreover, why will another person judge these two hearers, and determine that one of them that cries aloud is at one with, which is to say, in sync with the music, whereas, the other, being discordant, inharmonious, himself, declares there is no tune, but only noise? To which will you give preference in judgment as to music? Who has not seen Jehovah, the All-Person? Who is it that cries out, I do not see him? No harmony, no symmetry, no music, no complete whole. And to which will you give preference in judgment? Is not the judgment of the perceiver higher than he who does not perceive? This I, Apollo, declare of Jehovah, that in all ages there are many who perceive the All-Person, and many who deny him. If, then, the lack of an ear for music makes a man dumb to a tune, is it not the lack of spiritual harmony which causes man to not perceive the everlasting presence of Jehovah the All-Person? Hear me, your brother Apollo, O angels and men. Can a man who does not hear the harmony of a tune learn to sing? How much less, then, can man, or the spirits of the dead, harmonize with the eternal whole, if they do not perceive him?